Hi boys and girls, it's me. And I'm in the lair, and on my bench, in which you see in front of you, is an Emerson model B131 from 1936. It's a 6-tube radio, and that includes an L49 ballast tube in the circuit. And a gentleman, not too far from me, about 10 miles away, he was really excited he could find somebody that'll actually make this radio play. He claims that the radio did play before and it was at a real low volume. And when I gave it the initial smoke test, that's exactly what the radio did. But found a few disturbing things about it. Now, what you see here is a polyethylene bag, I believe, full of all the parts that I replaced, various mostly wax capacitors. I think there's a resistor in there. And if you look over here, you can see right here this really nice blue, newer looking capacitor. Okay. And you see the rating right here, 50 microfarad at 250 volts. Well, that was actually in the radio, but it was piggybacked on top of another capacitor. Let me show you what the schematic looks like. Okay, I have the schematic up on the computer, and if you look over here, we've got these two capacitors here, the C22 and C23. Both of these are going around this choke right here, this 200 ohm choke. These are both 20 microfarad at 150 working volt filter caps. Well, basically, C22, and I have only seen this maybe about 3 or 4 times ever, was completely open. It wasn't even leaky. It was just like almost, if you took a pair of wire cutters and just cut it right here. So this guy was like non-existent. And then C23 had that 50 microfarad at 250 working volt, basically parallel to the original. Now, the original was still okay, but it was extremely, well, I say extremely leaky. Anything over 5% leakage, I just change anyway. So, in essence, that might explain why, and let me bring the schematic over. As you go up the schematic, the output from the, well, actually, the choke actually goes to the primary, the speaker here. I don't know how it's showing up right here. And that might explain why the volume was very, very weak. So that was the main reason why the radio didn't work. A couple other things I had to do to the radio was I had to replace the line cord because it was very brittle and falling apart and dangerous. And also, if you look at, you might be saying to yourself, that can't be the original grill cloth on the radio. Well, it's not. This is stuff that the customer had. I had taken the original grill cloth off because it was tearing and falling through here and whatever. So they gave me this piece of grill cloth here and asked me to install this in place of the old grill cloth, which I've done. And it does make the radio look better. So it's not original, and but it's at least it's not ripped and falling apart right here. Also, the speaker was a little bit loose. The cone, I had to kind of touch up the glue onto the cone because it would rattle at higher volumes. But now it sounds pretty good. If you really crank this up, it'll rattle a little bit, but it's not very much. So why don't we turn it on and just tune around a little bit. All right, and just so you know where the sunspots are and how good the Xing is going to be on shortwave, it's about 20 after 12 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Dig in and I think that's a station out of Canada, but just remember now, I'm using my long wave. If I disconnect the antenna, let's see what it does. I'll pick it up, but it's really, really, really weak. Alright, so now I'm getting close to the 40 meter band, ham band. You hear Morse code. And there's CHU. That's a time station in Canada. That's Brother Stare. He's everywhere on the 31 meter band this time. There's WWV at 10 megacycles. That's pretty good.
Might have hope. This is what our hope is today. Oh yes, our hope lies.
Now we're on the 25 meter band right now, so it's going to be a lot of religious stuff.
And make it flash his arm.
All right, tell you what, my battery's going dead. Let me change the battery and we'll keep going.
WWV. All the time, all the time. Same time, same station, every time. WWV. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every second counts at WWV. For a good time, call 555-4-WWV. WWV, for the time of your life. We'll be back with the time on WWV in just a minute. But first, here's another minute.
To be aware of. The Southern State Parkway eased out nicely westbound by the Meadowbrook. Crash there, out of the way. Northern State and LIE also in very good.
All right, boys and girls, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. And thanks for watching. Take care. Bye!